The Sail-On rhythm pattern is named after the song of the same title. It's in the key of D flat major, as you can see here. We have a couple of chords in this rhythm pattern. We have D flat major and we have E flat minor. Here's a few points about this rhythm pattern before we get started. First of all, you'll see a lot of third intervals. Now, if you don't know what intervals are, that's okay, but you'll see how this works and how these intervals are, how they play out in this pattern. Also, we're going to look at it in more than one key, and there's a slight variation on the chords in the other keys that we're going to be looking at. So let's take a look at the Sail-On rhythm pattern. The Sail-On rhythm pattern is based off of the song of the same title by the Commodores. You've probably heard of it. Sail on down the line about a half a mile or so, and I don't really want to know where you're going. Okay, so you can look up the song if you want. It's Sail On by the Commodores. It's in the key of D flat, so let's take a look at it. Okay, the chords are D flat major and E flat minor. It's just those two chords, and then we'll move into another key. So we're going to start out by playing the root of the chord, which is D flat, and then we're going to play the third and the fifth, which is F and A flat. Okay, and then we're going to play the second and the fourth, which is E flat and G flat, and then we're going to play the root and the third again, D flat and F, but we're going to play that twice. Okay, and then we're going to move to E flat minor. So we're going to play the root, which is E flat, and then we're going to play the minor third and the fifth. And then we're going to go to the second and the fourth, and then we're going to play the root and the minor third again. So your right hand looks like this. In your left hand, we're going to play the root. We're going to play it in octaves, but we're going to arpeggiate our left hand part. It's going to be just like this. Does that sound familiar? Okay, that's not what we're doing though. But we're going to play. That's how we're going to play our left hand. And we're going to start off with our left hand pattern before we start with our right hand. You see how I played that twice? And then we're going to play this again. Now when we get to this end of the pattern here, we're just going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do this here. Okay, so we're going to play our left arpeggiation, and then we're going to play the fifth, which is A flat. Then we're going to play D flat in F, which is the root and the third again. And then we're going to play the second and the fourth. And then we're going to play the third and the fifth. Okay? So the whole thing looks like this. Okay. Now, let's just move it into the key of C, and it's going to be, we're going to do a slight change. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing. Okay? Okay. In our right hand, we're going to play C, which is the root. We're going to play E and E and G, which is the third and the fifth, and then we're going to play the second and fourth, which is D and F. It's the same pattern as what we had before. We're just in the key of C. Now, when we move to this next chord, okay, it's essentially just going to be a G major over a B, and the pattern's just a little bit different than what we started on. So, okay, and then we're going to go to A minor 7. And this is all we're doing on our right hand. We're playing the root. We're playing our top 2 notes. In this case, it's going to be the 3rd and 5th, which is E and G. Right? We're going to play the top 2 notes, E and G, and then D and F, which is the 2nd and 4th. And then we're going back to the root and 3rd again. And this G over B is really just a passing chord. Okay? This is just a passing chord. And when we go to this chord here, this is just simply, this just outlines a D7 chord. Okay, we're going to play, we're doing the same thing in our left hand. And we're playing the flatted 7th. We're playing the 3rd and 5th, which is F sharp and A. We're playing E and G, which is the 2nd and the 4th. And then we're playing D and F sharp, which is the root and the 3rd. Now, we want to go back to C, but we're going to transition here back to C, and we're going to play this G, D, and G in our left hand. Same arpeggiation pattern, but in our right hand, we're going to play an F major chord, okay? And it's going to be in 2nd inversion, which means the root is in the middle. So we're playing C, F, and A. Okay, C, F, and A, E and G, D and F, okay? And then we're going to go back where we started with our C major chord, right? So if I move that into the key of F, all right, I'm going to do the same exact thing. We're going to start off with our left hand arpeggiation with F. We're going to play F, which is our root, and we're going to play the 3rd and the 5th, and then we're going to play our 2nd and 4th, okay, and then we're going to play the root and the 3rd again. All right, there's a little passing chord here. C, this time it's going to be a C major over an E. C major over an E, and it's going to be E, G, C. E is the 3rd, and we're going to double up that in our bass, or in our left hand, so it's, and that's D minor 7. So we have D in octaves, and then we have F, A, C, which is our minor 3rd, our 5, and our flatted 7th. Okay, so the left hand is really not that important. I mean, I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time, but you can play the left hand. You can play the left hand pattern. You can just play it as a single bass note. And let's go to C, and I'll show you. So in C, let's finish this up in F right here. Okay, that's our root, that's our 3rd and 5th. Okay, 2nd and 4th. Okay, we have a C major over an E. And then we're going to go back to, we're going to go to our 2 chord, but it's just going to be a G7 chord over a G. So it's just going to be a G7 chord. Okay. And what we're doing here is we're playing the 4 over the 5. We're playing a B flat chord over a C, and that takes us back to 1. Okay? Again in F. Like I said, you can simplify those bass notes. And pay attention to the pedaling. If you look right here, you'll see every time I press the pedal, that green light lights up. So you want to just get it to blend in together, okay? And pay attention to the dynamics also to this, because you can, and I'll go back to D flat, but you can also play some of these chords a little softer than others. Okay, so what chords you play hard and what chords you play more soft, it's completely up to you. Hi, I want to send you this very colorful instructional guide that corresponds with this video. It has these keyboard diagrams called key shots with colored dots that represent the number system. If you're familiar with the number system, you know that it's the key to understanding and playing professional sounding chords and chord voicings. The colors convey this information without having to read notes. Click the link in the description so I can send you this free guide. Until next time, go play.